Guys, we are here for another episode of the Coach Ali Smith Show, brought to you by Kia of Gadsden in Rainbow City. We got Coach Smith here, and Coach, tell us who you brought with you today.
I brought number 55, Khalid Jones, starting offensive lineman. He's been a 2-year starter. He's a junior, one of our leaders in our program, in the building, in the classroom, and everywhere.
Okay. So, Khalid, welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit. I just relax. We're gonna have a conversation. So how does it feel, having Coach Smith choose you to come and represent the team this week?
It feels good. It's like finally.
Finally. Man, I told Coach, so I'm kind of glad he brought an offensive lineman because I wanted to talk about the offensive line this week. Man, y'all have come out and played some good ball this year. Talk to us about the group as a whole.
I feel like this is like we just bond a lot more and we can connect on and off the field. So when we get in in-game situation, it just snaps and we just flow.
Yeah, I mean, for TJ to have the season that he's having and the quarterbacks to have the season that they're having so far, and really the offensive success really hinges on what you guys do up front. What is something? I mean, did you guys in the off season hang out with each other? How did y'all create that bond y'all have?
We tried our best. We team bonded as much as we could.
Good. So, like I said, man, the play that y'all have shown so far this season is pretty good, and the fact that y'all are all underclassmen, that says a lot. From a leadership standpoint, who has kind of stepped up to take that leadership role on the offensive line?
I have to give it to Trey.
Trey?
He stepped up.
Okay.
Big time.
All right. Good. So what kind of relationship do y'all have with the quarterbacks and the running backs?
They're like our running back. We have to protect him at all costs. We got to make sure he has a good game.
Okay.
But our quarterback, we can't let our quarterback get injured or hit because quarterback.
I got you. So, Coach, let's talk about that big game against Fort Payne last week. Huge region win for you guys. I think a lot of people were looking at that game as a de facto region championship, even though you still have some region games left to play. So, talk to us about that game. You guys came out on fire last week.
Well, we did, but they did too. It was an up and down game, and we were. Our kids, it's kind of what we expected. It was a shootout, and we knew that they were going to be fired up and ready to go. They was going to give us their best game and put their best foot forward to play us. And our kids stepped up to the challenge. Nobody ever panicked. The coaches didn't waver from their game plans, anything like that. So, I was proud of the coaches and the players for executing the game plan.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of talk, before the game about their quarterback and how good he is. Which, I mean, the kid is good. You got to give credit where credit is due. But talk to us about how your defense stepped up to the challenge of defending him and slowing down their offense. I think about halfway through the third quarter is when I think their offense was a little gassed.
Well, our guys, and we talk to our kids all year long about, players are going to make plays. And, you got but you got to just keep playing. Play the next play. Mm-hmm. Don't, can't worry about what happened. We got the water on the bridge mentality. Just keep playing. Right. And eventually something good will happen if you keep playing it the right way. And that's the other night. That's what we can say happened for us with our kids. Fort Payne made some awesome plays, awesome catches. They really executed their offense. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, our offense executed ours. Yeah. And then down the stretch, our defense kept playing, and then they started getting stops. And then I think that a little bit of the fatigue factor set in, and we really were able to take advantage of some of those things.
Yeah, I noticed. I think it was about the 6-minute mark in the third quarter is when you guys were able to finally take a 2-score lead. And you look on the Fort Payne side, they had their hands on their hips, they were tired, and your guys were still ready to go. And on that, do you look at the your off-season condition as something that's kind of helped you, in the fourth quarter?
Well, I would like to think so. The things that Coach Ellis and our strength and conditioning staff do in the weight room, I would hope that they're doing everything, and I know that they are trying to do everything to have our kids to go to bed and play a four-quarter game and even beyond if we need to. And
Right.
we tell our kids, talk to them about eating, hydrating, and taking care of their bodies all year long. And
Right.
so a lot of our parents, they are really big into that factor. So we really hang our hats on that.
Yeah. Like I said, man, that was a great game last week. I was tired after, by the time the game was over, with going up and down the field, all night. But this week, you got another challenge ahead of you. You got a really good Hartselle team, and this week you're traveling to Hartselle. So talk to us a little bit about Hartselle and what you've seen from them so far on film.
Man, a really good football team. That's a really big football team, offensively and defensively. The offensive line is huge. And so, but I think that these are the type of games that you train for in the off season,
Right.
and that you as a player and a coach, you wish you get to coach in. You talking about playing a top 10 team, getting to travel on the road. Now you see where you at.
Oh, yeah.
And our kids, I think our kids are excited about it.
Yeah, I can see. When I got here this afternoon, I was sitting on the sideline watching practice. A couple of them walked by and said, "Hey, we got a big game this week." They asked me if I was coming. I really don't go to a lot of road games, but I'm going to be keeping up with this game because I'm really interested to see how this one's going to turn out. One thing that I noticed about this game is the matchup between your offense and a Hartselle defense. Looking at the statewide scoring averages, you guys are ranked 4th in Class 6A on offense, and they're ranked 3rd in Class 6A on defense. So, talk to us a little bit about that matchup with your offense and their defense.
Well, thank you for sharing that. We didn't know the rankings or anything like that. Just hopefully we just continue to execute. And
Right.
that's what we're talking about. We're trying to get better every week, and, regardless of who we play.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told our kids, I know they're saying it's a big game. And, every game is a big one.
Yeah.
But, this one has a little more to it, too, I think, in terms of seeing, where you're at. You're playing a top 6A school.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to get there. And so we're trying, hopefully, that our kids – and we go in with the opportunity that we can focus and just play a good, clean, solid football game.
All right, good deal. Khalid, from the offensive line side, man, are you guys up to that challenge of facing their defensive line? Because, it's a big line, man.
Of course, we're always up to take the challenge.
All right, good. Like we said, you guys are traveling to Hartselle to J.P. Kane Stadium. I've never been there, but I've heard several people tell me it's a pretty hostile environment up there. It's an older stadium, but they've got that vibe. The bleachers are close to the field, and they're right on top of you. They got the LED light show, flashing lights, and all that. Have you talked to your guys about that environment and kind of how to handle themselves and keep composure?
Absolutely, I talked to them back. We started earlier this week. We talked to them about it. That this is a small community and where everybody's gonna close down and come over to the ball game.
Oh, yeah.
And I think our kids are be excited about it. And they can handle themselves. They played. Most of these guys have played in some really big stadiums or some different type of ball game settings. So
Yeah.
I think they'll be excited to go to it.
Oh yeah, it's like I've seen some videos online of their student section. They tend to get behind the team, and they tend to kind of taunt the visiting team. So should be a pretty fun environment for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Our guys will be up for it and have a good time with it.
All right, Coach. We're kind of at that midpoint of the season now. So as of right now, is the team are they where you wanted to be at this point in the season right now?
Well, for us right now, yeah, in terms of just seeing where we are, still trying to create some depth in some areas,
Okay.
getting guys, we still tweaking some things. We still got a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow. And they see that on Sundays on video.
Mm-hmm.
They see it every day when they watching correction from practice and stuff. But, for the most part, they're boys and they're going to do some silly things.
Right.
But they try to do what we ask them. They
Right.
try to do what we ask them, and we appreciate that from them. And but Yeah, so I guess the answer to your question is a little bit of yes and no. You know, we're not satisfied, but we good with where we at right now.
Okay, good. From an injury standpoint, are you guys pretty good as far as injuries go?
Well, we are, but we're not. You know, we got some guys, some rotation guys that are out, but no major starters. But you know, we're good. Everybody get banged up about midway season.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's 100%, but you know we're okay. I wish we didn't have anything going, but we got a few little nagging injuries here and there, but nothing was going to hold any starters out. But we do have a few guys that play some key backup roles that'll be have to sit for a while.
Okay. So one other thing I want to talk about was the fans so far this season. Gadsden has come out and they've showed out this season. I mean, it's probably the loudest Titan Stadium has been in a while so far this season. Talk to us about the fan support and the support from the administration so far.
Man, it's been awesome. I'll tell you one thing that they've done here. I think our kids and the students have gotten together. Man, they do a lot. SGA, they do a lot of the pep rallies in the morning, and I think that has been bleeding over into the evenings. And man, they just been a lot of dang on school spirit all day long for ball games and stuff. So we really appreciate it. And then just the community as a whole, man, they've been doing an awesome job, man. Coming out and just reaching out from city hall to dang on the board of education to, man, just the regular fans, so we really appreciate the Gadsden community. And we can do better, but we really appreciate where we at, and hopefully they'll continue and they'll come on the road and support us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Coach, one thing, I was on the Titan Sports Network last week pregame show, and Coach Lewis, the female athletic director, was on before me, and she was talking about how Gadsden City this year seems more like a family than last year. So talk to us about that. Is that something you guys have felt, on the football team?
Absolutely. I think that's starting from the top with our administration, the narrative, wanting to make sure that everybody knows, saying that we say together we are the Titans, and we talk and we preach family, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, the girls soccer team or boys soccer, our flag football team. We all want to support. I know I may have left some teams out for sports. Yeah. We have a bunch of them on our campus, but our kids support one another. When our kids get out early, our boys go up and watch the volleyball games, and we watch the flag football games. So our team, our kids are really tight-knit. I watch that in the lunchroom. You can see our kids in the hall. We don't have a lot of issues, knock on wood, pray it stay that way. But, our kids, we have really kind of come together, seem that way in the whole community. Our athletic directors are going to the elementary schools, or, we're being in the middle schools a lot. And so everybody's together. We're adding our youth teams together, coming and being at the ball game. So, man, there's a lot going on here. And so we really appreciate everybody.
All right, colleague, before we wrap up, how, from a player standpoint, how does it feel having that support from the community, the school board, the administration, and your student body, your peers that you see every day? How does it feel as a player to have all that support?
Man, it feels great. Going on the field, you hear the crowd screaming. It feels great. It feels like it's like a warm environment.
Yeah.
That you want to play in that.
Good deal. So, is there anything you guys want to say to wrap this up?
Hey, as always, man, go Tights, man. We appreciate everybody. Last week our guys got to have an opportunity to come out. The mayor was in there, and he came out the tunnel with them and stuff. Okay. So I think that was awesome. I told them I think that was the first time that had happened in 18 years at the school.
Oh, yeah.
So, that was big for them, so they can feel the love.
That's
and so, man, we just hope it keep going and hope everybody come out on the road and watch us play this weekend.
All right, good deal. To wrap this up, I want to thank Kia of Rainbow City and Gadsden for their support of Average Joe's and Gadsden City Athletics. Without those guys' support, we wouldn't be able to do this. And anybody that sponsors, if you see their sign in the stadium, make sure you go patronize those sponsors and show them some love, because without their help, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do for these student athletes.